Hello, and welcome to the Volpara Lung demonstration. I'm Sherrell, and I'm an account manager at Volpara Health. I'm excited to show you highlights of Volpara Lung and how it can benefit your practice. This program will help you manage your patients from scheduling to diagnosis. Here we show our Worklist page. Several worklists can be created based on the user's function and role. You can also have an interface set up to pull in all of the orders once a patient is checked in from your EMR risk system and transfer directly into the Volpara Lung system. So here we have a list of interface orders for patients who've been checked in for their screening, lung, low CT. These lists are customizable and you can have as many as you'd like. You can also filter them by site. So if you have multiple locations and the user just works at one of them, they can select that as the site that they will work from. We also have procedure categories as well as options to search through the list based on different fields, such as name, ID, and a session number. Let's take a look at a patient record. Another interface that you have available is the demographics. That can be transferred from your EMR into Volpara Lung, filling out some of these fields, including their address and referring clinician. There are other pieces of data that you can fill out on this patient record page. You have the option of setting up required fields that correlate directly to the American College of Radiology's requirements for lung cancer screening, such as smoking status, sex, height, and weight. The user will make sure these fields are filled in. Otherwise, if the record is saved without that information, you'll get an error message requiring you to fill it out. So it's a very handy tool to make sure you have less human error. Now we can look at an exam for low-dose lung screening. The patient's screening order can also be transferred from your EMR system directly into the Volpara Lung program. These fields can be filled out by the user based on the radiologist report, or you can have that data transferred from the radiologist dictation system directly into this program, into this procedure page. Here, lung nodules are tracked, and they can be tracked over time so that you can see and keep record of the changes of these nodules. I also want to point out that whether you're on the patient record page or on this procedure page, you have an event list at the bottom. You can hide it or take a look to have a quick glance at what's been going on with the patient. It will show their visits with the result, as well as what needs to happen and when. So this patient needed a lung CT in a year. It also tracks any result letters or reports that have been sent out or mailed, and notes. You can even scan in other documentation, such as a signed authorization. When the exam is finalized, a letter can be generated to mail to the patient with their results. You can also have letters customized to remind the patient of an upcoming exam where they need to call in and schedule an appointment. When you have several exams. If you like, you can choose monthly or quarterly, even weekly, to submit those exams to ACR. We have the LCSR data export, and it goes directly from Volpara Lung to the ACR. This is our validation page. You can select an exam once you put in your date range and click validate to see if the validation is successful. It pre-validates the data so that you don't have rejection from ACR. This particular patient has pre-validation with errors. You can then click on and see what those errors are and go back to that patient record, fix them, and come back to validate again. When you have pre-validation successful, you can then click the send button, which will send the exam to ACR. Our other page will check on the submission status according to whatever date range you choose. We also have statistical reports. We have over 40 reports for lung cancer screening. One of the most popular reports is the Unresolved problem case list. This tracks the patients who have another exam that needs to be done but hasn't gotten it yet. So you can use this report to see who needs a phone call or a letter, even has their referring clinician's name and number. Once the patient gets that exam and it's recorded in Volpara Lung, they automatically fall off the list. So most of the work is being done for you behind the scenes. This makes the program very user-friendly and it ensures accuracy, as well as keeping track of your patients and not losing any of them. This was a quick overview of Volpara Lung. Thank you for joining me. We'd love to tell you more. Please visit volparahealth.com and contact us to set up more time to chat. Bye for now.